Today we're going to be making a guitar bus, and then we're going to be processing the vocals in one track, and then we're going to master the song. So starting from the beginning, we're just going to line up the guitar tracks. Notice I'm only using the guitar tracks and not the vocal tracks, but I'm lining them up to the beginning just like they were given to you. Now I'm just going to start listening, and the DI track has some problems, has some pops and clicks. I'm also going to turn off the metronome because it's annoying. Oh, there it was. There was the pop and the click. Yeah, so I'm making sure I can see it, and now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a lot. Make sure I can see it really well. And you can see it right there. And I'm going to make 2 dots on either side, and then I'm going to select the middle 2 and bring it all down. And that's a really easy way of editing those kinds of things out. And now I'm going to keep on going and see if I hear anything else. I've sped up some of the video so that you guys don't have to, just waste time watching me. But, oh, there, I found another one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit A for automation. And then I'm going to make 2 dots on one side of the sound. And 2 dots on the other side of the sound. I'm going to select them. And I'm going to grab the bar in the middle and pull it down. Basically all the way down. And you want it to be diagonal like that on the outside. So it's like a smooth fader ride. Here's another one that I found. Again, you can see how I make 2 dots, select the middle 2, 2 dots on each side, select the middle 2, and pull them down. You can see I got to the end of the track, I heard them. Now we're going to work on some plugins for some processing. So, as usual, I'm going to start with a high-pass filter. And I'm tuning it by ear. I'm listening to the DI track in this case, and it's soloed. And I'm tuning it by ear. I'm making sure that I like how it sounds, and then I move on. And for this DI, I also opted to use a low-pass filter, so I'm going to take a little bit off the top. You don't have to do that, but I thought that it would improve the sound. And now I'm playing with some stuff in the middle to see if I can make it sound any better. I kind of wanted it to be brighter. You can see how all of this, I'm experimenting, I'm listening. I did find something I didn't like in the middle, and you're going to see me do an EQ sweep here. Almost see how I'm listening for it. There it is. And I pull it down just a little bit. And we did that EQ sweep. So we did the high pass, the low pass, and an EQ sweep. And now moving on to compression. So at the track level, we want to be a little bit more aggressive. So I'm setting this to a more aggressive number, more aggressive setting. You'll catch the mistake that I'm making right now, which happens to me a lot. I'm not hearing anything different. And if you notice, I haven't turned on... There we go. Now I turned on the compressor. Now I'm going to hear the difference. And again, I'm tuning it by ear. I'm listening. And that's what you should be doing. We move on to another track. So I EQ'd and compressed the first one. Now I'm going to do the second. I'm going to make sure it's on. This track has some vocal bleed into it. So that means that I'm trying to be careful. Notice how I boosted a little bit on the high end. and then the low end. And now I'm going to compress, and I zoomed in so you could see the compressor. Again, we're doing moderate or aggressive moves at the track level. I'm being a little conservative because I can hear the vocal in this. And this is kind of a natural sounding song. It should sound acoustic and not super squished. And now the next track, same idea. EQ, start with the low pass, or the high pass. Notice how I go too far and then I bring it back. I'm going to boost up the top a little bit. And now compressor time. Again, notice how at the track level I'm being moderate or aggressive. Look at the indicator lights and the little compressor on the bottom. Notice how they only flash for the very, very strongest sounds. That's how you know you have good first stage compression, just to cut off the peaks. And now I'm going to save this and print the track as an MP3. You want to do that at the highest quality, and then I'm going to start a new track, and this time I'm bringing in the vocals, and then I'm going to look for that track that I just made, and I'm going to bring that. So that's got all the guitars. Notice how it's a stereo track, 2 lines, not 1. And I'm going to rename it as Guitar Bus so I can remember what everything is. And now same idea, but with the vocals. So we're going to go to the plugins. The high pass. I'm playing to see if I like adding a little high end. You may or may not. And then we do compression. I'm trying to find something that's nice and strong sounding. I did the same thing with the compressor. It's not on right now. This happens to me every once in a while. I'm wondering why nothing is working. There we go. Ah. It sounds pillowy when the compressor is on. And I'm being very sure that I like what it's doing. Now the guitar track, same idea. We're going to compress again, but this time it's going to be gentle. And I'm listening and making sure I like what I hear. I'm changing the volume if I need to. I'm seeing how the two tracks are interacting, and I'm changing the volume of the guitar track if I think it's too strong. Again, I'm gonna go to the master Oh no, I'm still on the track. So now I'm going to add some reverb because I think it sounds way too dry. It just sounds like they're in a dry room. And what you're going to see now is that I'm kind of experimenting with different sounds to see what I like. Oh, that's a weird one. And I think I ended up choosing the Silververb. Now, notice here that I'm leaving the dry all the way up, and the wet, I'm going to end up bringing down to like 10%, 15%. More than that, it becomes kind of overwhelming. So I think I've left it at about 24%, which is a little high, but I think I just liked it for this particular track. And I'm going to do the same thing on the vocal track. Again, 100% for the dry, and then tuning the wet. And now we went to the master. And at the master, I'm going to do a high pass again. Again, tuning by ear. And here you're going to see me play with whether I want to do a little boost at the bottom or if I want to alter a little bit. See, a little boost there. I'm just playing with it to see if I think it sounds better. The reason why I think it might sound better is because I'm trying to emulate one of the techniques I use with some more advanced plugins. You can try this kind of thing. That's why it's able to do that. The high pass filter can boost a little bit. I'm going to bring up the top end. And it just sounds hi-fi after that. Now notice here, the compressor, again, is going to be gentle because we're in the final stage, right? With a super slow attack of like 60 milliseconds. Now you're going to notice that I add another reverb. And this one is to everything. Why would I do that? Because then it emulates what it sounds like if you're actually in a room. The guitars are in the same room as the voices. And then finally we're going to get to the limiter. And the limiter is just as usual. You're going to listen to it. You're going to make sure that it's not destroying the sound that you've created so far, because it can do that. And for this kind of acoustic song, it's better to be careful. And here I am kind of checking my work. I'm listening through. And I'm retuning anything that I think should be altered. What I say, the Silververb, I decided to bring down to 11%. And there I am listening to the strongest part, the loudest part of the song, to make sure that I like the changes I've made. and I'm happy with it. And I'm going to export it, and I'm going to submit it. And that's the whole idea. Notice how I'm going to put the project name, but then also, or the artist name, and then I'm also going to put my name. And that's what you should do. You should put your name on your projects so we can find them later. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Mr. G signing out.